41, Ronaldo Navarro. 42 is Toby Smith. 49 is Tyrone Correa. 54, Matthew Jubert. 56 is Max Demarudis. 57, Connor Demarudis. 58, Sachin Prasad. 59, Jaden Emery. 60, Yolja Gianono. 71 is Danielo Romano, and they are coached by Vinny Liete. Just about to get underway, of course. If you are just joining us for the first time today, stop clock in action, so each and every time the ball is out of play, whether it be for a foul, over the sideline or in the back of the net, that clock stops. So no injuries and stoppages, so to speak. And these two teams sort things out in regulation time. We've had 2 of the 3 games on pitch 6 today sorted out in regulation time. But we are underway now for the Open Men's Division National Final as part of the 2026 MITA National Futsal Championships in the Gold Coast. Chipped over the top here from the Tigers. Victoria looking for the work of Josh Allen there, but couldn't find him on this occasion. So a restart to come here for Victoria. Allen playing deep now for Russo. Into this one, Victoria certainly the favourites. Gaining possession here nicely, Queensland now linking up with Emery. Emery distributes back into his own half. As the feet of Demarudis, Connor that is. Borden. Emery once again, and then well claimed by Allen, has the strike. Oh, decent shot. Bouncing off the chest there of Murray. In the air makes a pretty good stop. It's Connor Demarudis. Links up on this occasion. Happy to play it around the back. And what a great little chip forward on that occasion from Benjamin Borden. So the first minute giving us a few clues here. Queensland happy to play slightly more patient build-up with an emphasis on distribution and possession. Victoria looking to launch those lightning counter-attacks and with a real emphasis on driving things forward. And once again, Allen does exactly that. Cleverly watched there by Robotis. So they'll get the restart from the sideline once again here, Victoria. Timos with the attempted shot, but shut down by Demarudis. Culmination of what's been a brilliant 2026 edition of the NFC. Partimos on target, nearly bouncing in off the deflection from Borden. Then tries to get away from the attention of Partimos and also Russo, but Victoria will win out. So Russo will take the first corner of the match. Victoria with the early running here, chipping over the top and looking for a decent strike here from Partimos. Turned away off the knee there of Emery. 90 seconds gone in this one. Partimos again. What a strike that was off the upright this time. He got every part of that. Queensland survive by the skin of their teeth. Signs are good early on here for Victoria. Russo, Allen once again with that scything first touch off the left boot. He's already done it 3 times. Twice he's managed to produce a result. On that occasion, couldn't quite do so. Borden. Demarudis. Deep now again for Connor Demarudis. Chipped over the top and looking for his support once again. Got a chest to it, but couldn't keep it in the field of play. Bottas was marking him tightly. And a good crowd has stuck around here to watch all the action in the open men's division. Our camera position is, it's just about full. And also piled into the other grandstand, so great to see the support here. The final match of this brilliant tournament. Partimos cutting that one off, and Allen still an option on this left-hand side, but Partimos will keep going away from him. Eventually cleaned up there by Sean Price between the posts. Russo, Partimos. Now Russo with a bit of speed on target once again. And that's now 2 saves that Murray has been forced into, plus the one that's hit the uprights, and Queensland haven't had a shot as of yet. So terrific first 3 minutes from Victoria. They have been the benchmark in this tournament. Bottas this time the target man, and Murray will happily watch that one go over the byline. Emery. Short now for Borden. Demarudis. Borden now being pressured by Allen. It was good pressure too. They'll get the result. When you step up into this men's division, it's often those moment by moment little wins that you can tick off along the way. Victoria's certainly winning those so far. Now a decent strike on target. The follow-up wasn't too far away from Emery. It's better though from Queensland, taking the opportunity where it presents itself. It's really been their first so far of this match after about 3.5 minutes. Allen shifts now for Russo. Deep again for Partimos, and then finding a pass right through the middle, but Demarudis was there to clean it up and then find support out wide for Borden. Demarudis as well was waiting, along with Emery on the far post. So a couple of scares in quick succession there for Victoria. And shifted forward now, so Queensland gradually working their way into the contest. No fouls as of yet, and nearly 4 minutes of play. Partimos. Now for Robotis. Russo. Concerted approach from the Tigers. Allen threatening to split them. Knocks it deep instead. Partimos, Allen up along the sideline. Under pressure by Borden and Prasad, but ultimately keeps his nerve and then finds support. Russo then on target, good save. Murray once again got down and cleared it away. So they've now changed their entire first 4 lineup in the outfield. Queensland, Murray there with a extinguishment of that potential opportunity. As Toby Smith releases here. Up towards halfway and now crossing that threshold. All the way through for Price. Partimos. Russo. Allen, quick releaser now, looking for the return serve from Russo. Allen found a beautiful pass. Now a chance to finish. Took an age to get the shot away, but Robotis can't finish it. Well, in the end, he opted for the toe poke, but there was ample opportunity to really put the foot right through it. Just took that extra touch, and in the end, took away his own time. Now Smith. Out to this right-hand side. Once again, finding a nice little pass here for Prasad. Prasad, quick release. Once again for Smith, and then Prasad. Perfectly executed pass right through the centre of the court. Russo, twisting, turning, looking for an opening. Finds Allen. Allen now chipping. Trying to find an option deeper still. Smith on this left-hand side for Queensland. And then knocking deep for Prasad. Queensland happy to spend a little bit of time on the ball here. Chipped over the top and now looking to link up once again as Dallas Stack pushes forward. Put away by the Tigers. So Robotis will now have a break, and Saka Waljiran into the action in jersey 7. Smith looking deep here for Navarro. Cut off and then chipped over the top from Caro Salvi. Still an opportunity now for Allen, who strikes it nicely right into the arms of Murray, though, who fends it away. A good few opportunities in the last couple of minutes, Victoria. Russo. Release and then trying to find a passage further upfield. Smith getting his foot in the way of that one. Now Prasad trying to take off on this left-hand side. It was well defended, though, from Caro Salvi. Allen back out there once again, the captain for the Tigers. Now threading the needle, Allen making a run back towards the middle, but Aljiran couldn't quite get it back to him. This one has gone along quite quickly, though. So nearly 8 minutes of play already with the stop clock. Prasad into this right-hand side. All good pressure there from Aljiran. And I dare say if that one had stayed in the field of play and the shirt grabbing continued, that would have been a yellow card. Correa out there now as well for Queensland in 49. And then straight in the back there of Waljiran. And that will be a foul. Allen. Now Waljiran trying to squeeze through a number of defenders. Shut down there by Romano, then all the way back to Murray, who will simply throw long, looking for support. And turned away by Victoria. So now Dallas Stack will have the restart from the sideline. Correa. Flick down the sideline, Dak then trying to get the left boot to it. The attention of Waljiran was enough to prevent him swinging it back towards goal. It's only been a couple of tests so far for Sean Price and nothing for the past 3 or 4 minutes of play. Long delivery to Waljiran again. Allen. Salvo. Waljiran. Cleverly left it on this occasion there, Waljiran. Allen with the in and away before quick release, and now looking to open up the space, but miscommunication there between himself and Caro Salvi. Correa up towards halfway and then threading the needle beautifully up along the sideline. However, that one has crossed the threshold there from Danielo Romano. All the way back here for Caro Salve. Russo. Caro Salve once again, chipping long. Met with the head there by Correa. And safely into the arms of Murray. So no change to the scoreboard as of yet. Nil all it remains, but plenty of action in this one so far. Both keepers have been tested. Jubin out there now. And the 54. Gets it back once again for Queensland. Shifting for Romano. Selecting his passes nicely here, Jubert, but unfortunately that one from Dak couldn't quite find the feet of Correa. So approaching that halfway point in this first half. I think Victoria have had perhaps the slightly better of the play between the two teams. They've largely been the ones dictating the tempo. Queensland have been able to go with them. In terms of stepping things up a gear and then forcing a response, that has been the Victorian Tigers. As well, Gyron once again steps up and supplies that pressure. The ball goes rolling over the byline. So 9:55 remaining in this first half. Dak up towards halfway. Romano back for Dak once again. Space at a premium here. Victoria closing the gaps very quickly. Allen, fast release, great slide there. On that occasion from Correa. Ball still free now. Dak gets away from the attention of the defence. Romano with a very poor delivery on that occasion though. Well, Jaron came up with it. It's easy as you like. Well, Gyron again beats one, beats two, now tries to chip Murray, who just does enough, and he's pumped about it as well. And he's a tricky customer to deal with. Well, Gyron. This time chipping deep. Caro Salve had the strike, and off the body of Jubert. Now deep from Gyron, but never really troubling Murray. Deflected and will once again go for a corner. Well, Gyron is deep. Doesn't quite get a nice strike on it though. Instead it comes off the side of the boot. And will spew out over the sideline. Quick delivery once again. This time into the path of Demarudis. Twisting, turning, and then linking with Borden here. Demarudis and then Emery. Russo up against Max Demarudis here, so both Max and Connor out there once again. Just like to see a combination for the Victorian Tigers of Allen and this man with the ball at his feet. Now Gyron, he has looked likely, and of course Allen with that change of pace and scything running style. Just fancy that combination. Might be able to produce something that gives them the go-ahead here, Victoria. On the other side of the equation, Queensland haven't really shown their hand in terms of who might be the most likely customer to break this deadlock. It's a little more up in the air. Demarudis. Under pressure there by Russo, and then Connor Demarudis as calmly as you like. A little roll over and releasing to Borden. Emery. Connor Demarudis. Now out to Max. Borden once again. Now Max Demerudis trying to link up with Connor. Emery was waiting for it, but final touch between the two Demerudis boys didn't quite come to fruition. So inside the final 8 minutes of this first half. Plenty of chances. No definitive moments as of yet, though. Guevara Nepu Machino out there now for Victoria as well in the 10. Queensland able to keep that one in the field of play. Demerudis under pressure. Kind of trying to squeeze forward. Now there was pressure in the back, and that will be a foul. So we'll take the count to 1 apiece. Have to see Queensland get a shot off here and just test Price once again. He's only really had one genuine assignment to contend with. Another half chance for Queensland. It's now Max Demerudis with a great little twist and turn. Or nearly found the right man. That was a well-identified pass just out in front of Emery, though. So Allen is indeed back out there now. Russo. Allen, quick release, back to Russo now, chipping over the top. Allen, and looking to just turn it with the head back into the path of Nepu Machino. Demerudis. Borden chipping over the top and then easily picked off by Price. Demerudis once again finding an option. Borden tries to just thrash it through the middle. Max was once more making a run, but that one well and truly in behind the path. Demerudis gets a chance and gets a strike on target too. Well met though by Price, still alive, and now Nepu Machino with some wonderful skill, links up with Allen. Allen will then take them on, tries to get it back on towards the middle. Russo was coming, forces a diving save out of Murray. It's a wonderful passage for both teams, asking plenty of questions here. Now Nepu Machino again, great control with the left boot. Links up with Russo, back to Nepu Machino, nearly finishes it in the top corner. Murray was beaten. Some great play from them, both Victoria and Queensland. And that's what we've come to expect from the MITRE National Futsal Championships. Demerudis now into enemy territory. Links up with brother Connor. Borden. Back to Connor, Demerudis, great sliding challenge from Nepu Machino. However, they're going to say that one clipped Connor on his way through. It wasn't just ball, so a genuine opportunity now for Queensland. The home team can get themselves on the board here. They will raise the roof. Plenty of supporters have stuck around. Max Demerudis from the dead ball situation. Price organising a two-man wall. Oodles of space out here on this left-hand edge, though, for Borden. Demerudis feigning the strike. Instead, it comes from Connor Demerudis. Back towards the middle. They were looking for a flick on. Borden. Demerudis with a heavy touch. Allen then guarding well. Twisted the body, allowed Demerudis to make contact with the ball. As a result, gets the restart from the sideline. Russo, Allen, Fernandez. Allen once again orchestrating the traffic. Nepomukino. Also with a reasonable delivery back for Allen, but just caught a little lacking in that particular play. He was checked on his run by Borden. That might have been enough to just put him off. There is Borden now, delivering for Connor Demerudis. Smith back into the action, not finding the right pass. And Nepomukino again. Great skill once more. Has them on ice skates, and Allen had his best moment on that occasion. Smith. Now chipping over the top looking for Smith. That was athletic, but ultimately couldn't find Dallas Dack, the captain, who's back out there in jersey 12 for Queensland. So less than 5 to go in this first half. 4:40 on the clock. Partimos back out there now for Victoria. Fernandez. Nepomukino trying to squeeze that one down the sideline. Smith, Borden. Into this right-hand side go Queensland, but again marking up tightly. On occasion of Sebastian Wickett is out there now for Victoria in number 16. That one's come off the feet there of Wickett, but not intentional, so Price can safely pick it up, and now Partimos can gradually carry upfield. Allen jinking away from closest marker, Nepomukino. Great control. Once again threatening the shot, and this time flicking away deep. Finding support for Partimos. Really putting on a show out here. Nepomukino. Every time he touches it, there's a response from the crowd. Prasad. Now Smith. Queensland just waiting for that opportunity. There's been very few of them. Dack then just nudging it into Partimos, and that will be enough to secure a restart from the sideline. Dack with the strike, bouncing off Robotis, and that should go out for a corner. I think it's just crossed that threshold. Dack now delivering only as far as Peluso, who stepped in front of the pass, and now a decent strike from Peluso, not too far away. Murray was left stretching. Ultimately pulled his hands away at the final moment to prevent that being called as a corner. So less than 3 minutes to go in this first half now. Plenty of opportunities, but no goals on the board. Emery. Oh, not a great touch, and then Peluso could try and wind up and get there ahead of time. That one's taken down by Robotis, has the strike. Oh, great save from Murray. About to push it over the bar. That was a close run thing. And Murray just suggesting that off the back of that, he's left the ground a little bit slippery. So they'll have to bring out the towel here. In fact, they will call for a timeout as well. So with scores locked at 0-0 and with just over 2.5 minutes remaining in this first half, both sets of coaches, Jimmy Soufis for the Vic Tigers and Vinny Lete for Queensland. We'll have a little chat to their teams and try and figure out a way to break this deadlock. A quick break in the commentary booth and all the action picking up in just a moment. So timeout completed, corner to come here with Robotis. Playing deep now for Partimos. Allen, great control. That ball was well and truly behind him, and now a chance here for Dallas Dack. Got onto it very quickly with Sean Price. Smith. Dack. Prasad, and then back to Dack once again. Victoria have done a great job of cutting the middle. There's been very few opportunities through that central passageway for Queensland. They've been forced wide time and time again. A great intercept here from Peluso. Couldn't quite get away from them though. It was good pressure from Prasad, who never let up on the chase. As we come inside the final 2 minutes now. Dack finding a nice sharp delivery there for Prasad. Dack once again trying to squeeze it. And good pressure on Allen. And produce a result here for Queensland. Romano's back out there now in 71. Dack will send it wide. Prasad. Oh, Dack not with a great moment. That one just falling underneath the boot. With 90 seconds to go. Good chance now for Victoria to put themselves in front. The halftime siren looming. Partimos. Robotis back to Partimos. Chipping towards the goal mouth, but no stress there for Murray. Romano out to this left-hand side. Finds a nice pass, and then Dack with a first-time release all the way back. Romano, Dack once again looking to find the right delivery. Russo does a great job in the end. Will clear it and find the feet there of Jobert. Once again, quick release. Now Romano gets in behind them. Oh, what a strike off the post, though. Well, that is unlucky for Queensland. Price was sweating bullets as he saw that one fizzle past him, but fortuitous bounce right back into his arms as he was prone on the floor. Dack now works it forward. Great skill from Partimos. Then chipping forward. Robotis dispossessed. Demarudis not too far off. Another corner to come. They're finishing this first half very strongly, Queensland. Again, if you're just joining us, they haven't had too many chances throughout this first half. There's been some good passages, but the bulk of them haven't resulted in shots on target. But the last minute or so has been rather fruitful. Deep again, Demarudis though can't keep that one down. That's gone into about row 15. Russo. Patimos once again. 20 seconds remaining in this first half. It's been an engrossing encounter, but neither side able to establish a lead. Murray out very quickly, getting outside of the D and taking no chances with that one. With Robotis Ludeming. Seconds left in this first half. Patimos simply chip it long, wait for the siren to sound, and the whistle will follow. So, a good battle between these two teams. We thought it would be tight, and that has certainly panned out in the opening 20 minutes. They cannot be separated, nothing on the board. They've both had their chances. We might see a few tweaks made by our respective coaches during this halftime break. And imagine if scores are still locked as we get towards the final quarter of this game. That's when we might get to see the extra man out on the field, the travel keeper enacted by both teams. Plenty to unfold in the second 20. We'll take a quick break here with all the coverage and second half action not too far away in the Open Men's final for the National Futsal Championships for 2026 between the Vic Tigers and Queensland. Welcome back to the Gold Coast for the final match of the Open Men's Division. The minor 2026 National Futsal Championships. It's all square as we head into the second half here between Queensland and the Victorian Tigers. No goals as of yet. Some great action nonetheless in that first half as Demarudis sends it out towards the feet of Emery. Not a great release on that occasion though from Emery. Patimos. Now for Algiron. Delivering all the way back for Patimos. Algiron once again threatening, now gets on the inside. Enough to get a shot away, but it was very well watched from Demarudis, who then shut down the space. Patimos, Russo wrapping around and then offering himself as an option once again. Queensland continue to press here. It was clever play in the end there from Walgiron. Didn't have a great deal of room to work with, but still managed to get a result for his team. Patimos, and then out here for Russo once again. Threatening to link up with Walgiron. Instead goes deep here for Patimos. Robotis. Robotis and then for Patimos once more. Russo. Working it forward. Now for Algiron, who is knocked to ground. And that will be a genuine opportunity coming up for the Victorian Tigers. It was a rather innocuous one. Wasn't a great deal of contact, but enough to bring about the foul. So first one of the second half. Now a genuine opportunity for Victoria to take the lead. But a change in goals as well for Queensland. So first real test for the new man between the sticks. Patimos leaves it. Well, Algiron has the strike and it hits the legs of Demarudis. And as a result, nothing to contend with. Demarudis once again. Will roll over. Now Max Demarudis speaks. Algiron. The recovery from Robotis. Patient before delivering to Patimos. Back to Algiron. And then pressure there from Emery. Russo will come away with possession. Patimos. Waiting for the run and we'll simply flick it over the top. Algiron certainly got a foot to it. Bujono nearly had a little bit to contend with there. Keep it for this second half. Patimos gets the strike on it. Now floating forward, trying to find the run here of Emery. Can't quite do so. Falls here for Burden for Queensland. Finds a lovely pass. Demarudis with a great chance. Can they get the finish on the follow-up? Still saved on the deck from Victoria. Demarudis back to the middle once again. Well, that is the closest either side has come. In fact, Queensland have had two genuine gilt-edged opportunities. The first, of course, coming in that first half when it slammed against the post and beat Price. Now, Demerudis once again. On target. This time Price doesn't panic. Right into the breadbasket. We'll send it long. Navarro unable to link up on that occasion. In for Prasad. Had some good moments in that first half, Prasad. As did this man who's back into the action for Victoria. Nepu Mocheno. He's got dazzling footwork. Certainly is someone to create something out of nothing. Allen is back out there as well, so they've got three of their real attacking weapons on deck at once. Allen beaten on this occasion though. Great recovery, got the slide in. And blocks the shot. Now Dak on target, good save from Price. The follow-up attempt blocked there by Allen. Queensland have started this second half like a house on fire. Nepu Mocheno marking up tightly here. Gets the block in. Nowhere for Sachin Prasad to find a pass on that occasion. Now Navarro, quick release. Dak, and then on target once again is Prasad, who's working up the meters in this particular stint. Racing around like an Energizer bunny. Navarro back towards the middle. Nepu Mocheno. Navarro up along the sideline, not a great touch. Now Nepu Mocheno, as calmly as you like, flicks it back towards Allen. And then Caro Salve. Allen. Caro Salve once again. Finds a great pass here for Allen. Excellent first touch. Smith marking tightly. A wall of defenders through the middle. Valjiren beats one, beats two, still going, draws the foul once again. And that should come back in theory for the foul. I don't think they're going to call it though. So Valjiren left out in the cold. Shin pad has also come out. Smith taking on Nepu Mocheno, back towards the middle. It was clever work from Smith. Speaking of clever though, once again there's the dazzling footwork from Nepu Mocheno. Classy customer. 15 to go here, and I think once we hit that 10-minute threshold, that might be when we'll get both teams thinking a little bit more experimental with their play, potentially operating with a travel keeper. Valjiren now will have the restart from the sideline. I do like this move from Jimmy Soufis though. Three very tricky players to deal with on the field at once in the form of Allen, Valjiren and Nepu Mocheno. Giorgiano. And restart things after that ball heads over the byline. Smith up into enemy territory. Of course, Victoria no stranger to the penalty shootout. 2-2 at full time between themselves and New South Wales is now Valjiren links up with Allen. Great slide in the end. Allen back to the middle. Valjiren's there on the spot and guides it into the net. To the adoration of Victoria, who embrace him in quick fashion. Beautifully turned in. Allen drove it right to the middle of the D, and Waljiren, who's asked questions all afternoon, gets the answer he was looking for. Victoria Tigers 1, Queensland 0. Well, it had to come eventually. These two attacks have been so potent throughout the competition. There's been plenty of chances in this one as well. They just haven't found the back of the net at long last. Victoria managed to do exactly that. Now Dak. Set upon there by Caro Salve. Dak on target. Caro Salve bouncing off of him. Now Nepu Mucheno still going. So tough to deal with. Great control. But ultimately, it's well won out there by Joubert. Joubert again. Navarro. And Romano. Romano under pressure and losing out on that occasion. Russo. Caro Salve. Allen now chipping over the top. Great weight about it. Excellent control from Russo. He's looking to guide it back towards the center of the D. Speaking of great control, well taken down by Romano. Gets away from Caro Salve and back towards Romano. Was a good delivery from Joubert. Short here to Romano once again. Queensland pressing for an equaliser. Deflected and then into the path of Allen. Calmly distributes. Out for Fernandez. Allen trying to stand them up along the sideline, but it's met with a brick wall by the name of Correa. Russo. First touch gets him on the front foot. Now takes off down the sideline. Inside Joubert and then nearly found a great pass there for Marcus Fernandez. And Jorginho not particularly happy with his defenders there. He was passing on the death stare. Now Joubert. Romano. Quick release once again. And then Queensland taking the ground. Caro Salve on this occasion. The man committing the foul. One foul apiece in this second half. Romano. Looking up with Correa once again. Now Fernandez comes away with a loose ball. Good speed. Fernandez had an open opportunity there. Nobody standing in the way of his potential shot except for the keeper himself, Giorgiono. Romano. Maroulis out there once again. Connor, that is. Fernandez clearing quickly. So less than 12 to go now. Spent a lot of time with the ball in the quarter play. And as a result, the seconds have really flown by, along with the minutes here in this second half. First game, of course, ended up extending itself for more than 45 minutes, and that's an awkward one there for Fernandez. Now, no foul from Queensland. That was in the act of passing the ball. Still some running repairs, though, for Fernandez. Just the one goal in this one. Both these teams have certainly proven time and again they can find the back of the net, though. And Fernandez will be ushered back to the bench. Price calmly collecting that one. So Saka Wall-Gyrant, the sole goal scorer in this final to date. Queensland looking to find their own little hit back here. Now Demarudis back across the face of goal. Price flung out a leg. Nobody pushing through in support though. Another gilt edge opportunity that hasn't resulted in points. Partimos looking it deep, and Robotis, not his finest touch of the afternoon. Emery. Demarudis. Now to Max Demarudis. Borden. Great challenge right through the middle of the field there by Wicket. Came up trumps, and now Robotis chipping over the top. A bad little delivery there for Partimos, who was making a rare run upfield. Spent the bulk of the time working at the back as a fix or an anchor, if you will. Now Demarudis, good first time touch. Once again, they were looking for support back towards the D. If that's the mindset of Queensland, then they need those supporting players to be pushing through. Just hanging a little bit too deep at the moment. It's a rapid start to this second half from Queensland. Opening 3 or 4 minutes, they were well and truly in control, but since they go to Victoria, all that momentum seems to have dried up. And Tigers now really dictating terms. Queensland in a little bit of a lull here at the moment. Short release now for Demarudis once again. Borden. Emery. Max Demarudis. Finding a great pass there to Connor, who was certainly fouled on that occasion by Robotis. No, somehow not called. Well, for mine, he'd certainly beaten him. A little flick around the outside. Robotis planted his feet. There's no real attempt to get to the ball there. Might have been the planting of the feet that saved him, actually. And Russo now cutting off that attempted long delivery up to Demarudis. Queensland still searching. Now less than 9 minutes on the clock. Max Demarudis set upon very quickly there by Partimos. And the final touch was off Demarudis. Wicket. Russo chipping over the top. Wicket now will manage to keep it in the field of play, but a strike well and truly too high on that occasion. Giono restarting and then finding a little short pass before they work it up towards halfway. Max Demarudis once again. Same result up against Partimos. Queensland, of course, victorious over the Vic Blues 5-2 in their semi-final, and Victorian Tigers, who have the lead here at the moment, 1-0, defeated New South Wales in a penalty shootout. 2-2 at the end of extra time. 7-5 in penalties. So if it does go that way, they've got form to work with. And speaking of form, Queensland have improved as this competition has gone on. It wasn't a great day one for them. Now a lovely ball back towards the middle for Allen. It's clever from Robertus. Oh, and then taken down as last man. Now, at the very least, for mine, this is yellow. I don't think it's red, but I think a card should be shown. There was a definite and clear change of the path from Partimos, which has impacted Demirudis. I think that's the right call. It's yellow here for Partimos. Some benefit of the doubt. I don't think it was red. It was hip to hip, if you will. There wasn't a leg stuck out, but it was certainly enough to take Demirudis off his path. So well dealt with there from the officials. It now does mean, of course, that Queensland have a genuine opportunity for the first time in some time. At least 7 or 8 minutes of game time since they've had a genuine opportunity on goal. Price now with a big test, organising his wall. 3-man wall for that matter. They've got Connor Demirudis standing wide here, Queensland. Does Max think about taking himself, or does he put one on the table for brother Connor? Demirudis has the strike. Oh, it's taken out the cameraman. Well, he's trying to shake it off as if that doesn't hurt, but I'm sure it would. That was the back of the DSLR straight into the head. Now Allen comes away with it. He's taken to ground. Demirudis will clean up the scraps. Now Connor will continue to march forward. Quick release to Borden. Lovely little flick on from Connor Demirudis. Max back through the middle, and then Connor on the follow-up. Nearly found a finish again. Sean Price says the price is right. No getting past me. Made himself large and in charge. Demirudis then bundling through and takes out a Victorian defender, Allen. Carting it forward off the back of that. Now Borden takes off. All of a sudden another opportunity emerges. Oh, blink and you'll miss it. Thick and fast, the amount of chances for Queensland in the past couple of minutes. Another foul brought up here as well. This time against Queensland, that was Demirudis rushing through and taking out Caro Salve. One 0 it remains. Demirudis once again getting above them. This time impeding the intended recipient of Robotus. And Waljiren, our sole goal scorer, is back out there now in the 7. Ball at his feet. Deep here for Caro Salve. Waljiren, great skill, beat the first man, still going. Waljiren got a shot away. And then Caro Salve winding up and taking out Emery in the process. Prasad. Smith back into the action. Less than 7 to go. Quick release here from Navarro. So a big change up here for Queensland. I'm not sure I like that idea though, just as they were getting on top with that combination of the Demirudis brothers and also Benjamin Borden. I would have kept it maybe an extra minute or two. I had the feeling something was about to happen. No disrespect to this particular group of players, but when you're operating in pods like that, if you're seeing a little bit of fortune, a bit of luck with one of those pods, you tend to keep them out there a little bit longer. Caro Salve now here for Robotus. Allen. Caro Salve bouncing and out, trying to link up with some support Finds Allen, who then looks to send it a little bit longer still out to Robotis, who got the final touch on it. So Queensland restart from the sideline. 6.5 to go. No sign of the gold, or as it might well be the maroon jersey as of yet for the travel keeper for Queensland. It gets inside the 5 minutes and it's still at 1-0. I think they might decide to pull the trigger. Now Dak. A touch and shot. Turned away by the back of the head of Allen. Navarro, Smith. Back to Navarro once again. Chipping over the top, looking for his run. Well controlled, using the chest. Lovely little flick back on the inside now. A chance to get the shot away. Just couldn't wind up there. Prasad did a great job to even get any boot to it. Had two defenders who were hassling him the entire way. Now Price will simply throw long and wide. Waljiren takes it down, then chips over the top. Can't connect with the end result though. Navarro, Prasad. Prasad having the strike, but nothing really doing there. Price was watching it all the way. Caro Salve chipping forward, and now Waljiren, Russo. Smith. Dak, and then a quick release here for Navarro. Trying to draw those numbers through the middle before finding an option out wide. Waljiren though steps in the way of that pass, and now there's a genuine chance. Great challenge made from Navarro though. Here comes the counter attack for Queensland. Dak tracking back to the middle. Caro Salve's done a great job. Navarro up against Russo, and Russo wins out. Waljiren will now head to the sideline, so some sort of issue for him. As a result, Robotis will jump back into the action. Now Smith. To link up there with Dallas Dak on this right-hand side, but couldn't find him. That pass was impeded. Now less than 5 to go. Smith once again. Dak. Quick release back to him. Chance now for Allen to squeeze a pass for Robotis. And out very quickly just to close things down. If you take a look there on the sideline, that's still Murray, who is in the red at the moment, it looks like. I don't think that is a placement man as of yet. Now here is Demarudis, who rounds the keeper. Oh, Price somehow stretched out a mitt and got fingertips to it. Demarudis can't believe it. That was the best opportunity of the match for either side, really. And it should have been finished. Instead, it remains at 1-0 in favour of the Victorian Tigers. And now they will pull the man. So they're playing with 5 outfield as we get inside the final 5 minutes. And is that man, Connor Demarudis, now a chance to strike from range. So there comes the quick swap again. Giorgiano. Demarudis back into the action once more. So they'll try and work these numbers, Queensland. Borden, Dak. Russo and Robotis holding firm through the middle. Allen acting as a sweeper of sorts, and then Caro Salve, nice and deep as an anchor point, looking to clean up the other scraps. And now chipping over the top for Caro Salve. Lovely weight on that pass. Now, was there a handball in there from Caro Salve? No, say the referees. Once more, Demarudis with a golden chance. This time hits the deck hard. Now the question is, was that a foul, or is there simply just some concern for Demarudis having hit the deck and landing not directly on the head, but the head eventually made contact with the deck. So I'm not sure this will be a foul. Demarudis has plenty to say. And there's a bit to sort out here for our referee. Demarudis is adamant that a free kick should be awarded. And in fact, he will end up with a yellow card. Well, when we talk about playing the whistle, that's exactly the kind of situation where you just need to leave it up to the hands of the referee. For mine, this will probably be a drop ball. And there it is, so no foul indeed. So 3:30 on the clock. Connor Demarudis. There's their travel keeper. Correa, Demarudis, now Max Demarudis. That was a kick in frustration more than anything else, and you can see a little bit rattled at the moment. I think that's why timeout has been called here from Queensland. So there's enough time. They're only down by one, but they need to compose themselves, especially Max Demarudis here, who's rather frustrated at the moment. Short breaking commentary as the two coaches give some running instructions to their teams. So with 3 minutes and 25 seconds on the clock, Queensland needs something here. They've come close multiple times in the past few minutes. Demarudis with two one-on-one opportunities, neither of which were finished. Russo now chipping forward. Connor Demarudis once again onto the field as their travel keeper. Correa. Demarudis. Twisting and turning is Borden. Rabotis cutting the middle. Navarro back to the middle. And then Dallas Stack had the attempted strike. Borden, Demarudis. Borden once again finding a lovely pass here for Max Demarudis. Connor on the follow-up, just over the bar. Well, Price was left prone. Just got a glancing blow to help steer it away. Borden. Connor Demarudis out of Max once again, playing it deep on this occasion. Borden. Connor. A decent pass back through the middle there for Correa, but he's dispossessed. Time still ticking away. Victoria. Is one goal going to be enough? 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Giorgiono once more switching out here with Connor Demarudis. Here he is once again. Borden. Bodas calm though. Holding the middle. And then a shot from range from Borden with nothing really doing. Given some of the saves Price has made, I don't think you're going to challenge him from that range either. Not when it's a rather passive situation. Static there from Queensland. Nobody really asking questions. No changing of the angle or the emphasis. Giorgiono once again dropping things down. Back into the action goes Demarudis inside the final 2 minutes now. Borden. Correa. Lovely pass out for Demarudis. Now Max through the middle. There it is. What a strike from Dallas Dack. They've been building for it for a good 10 minutes, Queensland. They've earned this hit back. It's locked up at 1 apiece with 1:43 on the clock. And it's their captain who leads by example. Dallas Dack puts it into the net. And as it stands, we are off to extra time. That's got the locals up and about. Lovely play from Queensland. Connor Demarudis, the extra man in the field, certainly producing the result. It's a nice little recovery there as well from Max Demarudis, who's had a couple of great chances. He's played well, but he'd be ruining those misses. Frustration was building over for him. Once again, Dack through the middle, and again it's Demarudis feeding him. He's shaken off those demons, and he's now finishing very strongly. 1:12 on the clock. Can Queensland do it right here and now? In front of their home fans. Max Demarudis. A little bit of pressure in the back there from Partimos. Play on the call. Allen finds a pass to Russo. Russo now chipping forward. Inside the final minute we go. So Connor Demarudis will enter the action once again, but not as a travel keeper. Now Max Demarudis gets a touch to it, or Dallas Dack was pushing through. A little bit more communication, and he might well have had the shot. .45 seconds. Dack bouncing and then connecting with Connor Demarudis. Allen closing down the space, makes the challenge. Smith will re-enter the action, as will Danielo Romano. Smith again. Now sending long. Romano up against Partimos. Was there a swinging leg there? If there was, it didn't make contact, and the referee just issuing a word of caution for Romano. Once the decision's been made, he has to leave it. Partimos out to Russo. Victoria don't look like they're angling for a last-second winner in this one. They seem resigned to the fact that extra time is looming. Quick release, and now Russo needs to get this shot away. 5 seconds on the clock. Long, wide, and not particularly pretty, so extra time beckons. 3 seconds on the clock. A long throw out to Price, who will return serve. There is the siren. It was late, but great from Queensland. These two teams cannot be separated after 40 minutes of play. 10 minutes of extra time to come, 2 5-minute periods. If they can't be split after that, we're off to penalties. But what a way to wrap up the 2026 edition of the MITRE National Futsal Championship. Don't go anywhere. These two teams will have a short break and we'll pick up the action with extra time in just a moment. So here we go. Extra time in the Men's Open Division for the 2026 MITRE National Futsal Championships. What a cracking contest it's been. 1 goal apiece, and for Queensland, that goal came right at the death. It was 0-0 at the halftime break. And Victoria have been in this situation just yesterday. 2-2, of course, in that semi-final with New South Wales. They won 7-5 on penalties. Is history about to repeat itself, or will the Sunshine State, the home team, will they finish bathed in glory? Extra time underway now. Partimos chipping forward. Smith tries to connect there with the work of Romano. Allen, though, claims possession. Delivers back now for Russo. And then Demaruda stepping forward, trying to get around the outside of Partimos, who did enough to just shut down the space. Now, Nepo Muccino out there once again for Victoria. He certainly can be a game breaker. Allen. Partimos. Slow build up. Now looking to change the gears here. Partimos stepping back on the inside. Romano watchful. Got enough on that one. And apparently also collected Victoria on the way over the sideline, so Queensland can come away with it. Demarudis out on this right-hand side. Up against Nepo Muccino. Now Prasad. Beat Allen. Great return back to Prasad. Oh, there was a chance to strike himself. Saw that Smith was free. Knew that Price was rushing. Just didn't get the delivery right. could cut the tension with a knife. Scenes of jubilation late in that second half for Queensland, but now there seems to be a nervous tension throughout the air. Allen, Russo can't link up, and now Demarudis not too far off the mark. So 3.5 remaining in this first period of extra time. Partimos. Now, Napumachino. Partimos. Russo. Allen making a run. Trying to connect with him, but a little too high for Allen to control it. Connor Demarudis. Romano. Prasad once again trying to take on Russo, who ushers him back towards the centre of the court. Connor Demarudis links up with Prasad. Now Smith. Prasad once again. Victoria were waiting for that tempo change. Of course, the foul count continues into extra time, so that's what makes it particularly spicy. Romano, little step over, and now trying to find some sort of connection. Has to go deep instead for Demarudis. Smith linking up with Prasad. Prasad then back to this right-hand side. Romano, quick release. Smith was checked on his run. It was all that was required for Partimos to win out in that battle. Russo with Max Demarudis back into the action. Now Napumachino trying to squeeze through a couple of defenders, but Smith shuts him down and doesn't allow for an easy passage. Russo deep here for Partimos. Max Demarudis nearly came up with the intercept. Partimos threatening. Demarudis got a touch on it. And now Prasad can start to explode. Finds Max Demarudis. Oh, then in the back. Surely that was a foul there from Napumachino. It certainly was, and it's yellow. Now, importantly, that brings up 4 fouls. So, of course, after 5, there's real troubles for Victoria. We start to get into the spot kick territory. And Dallas Dack, the captain himself, the man who put them back on an even ledger late in regulation time. He's back on deck now for Queensland. So Connor Demarudis have the restart. Simply tries to find Max, and that's a wasted opportunity. If you are going to play for that direct option into the D, you have to hit the man. Otherwise, simply wind up, take the strike. 1:43 remaining in the first period of extra time. Well, Gyron dispossessed, and now a chance on target. Now, will they call that for the foul as well? Well, Gyron certainly made a grab at the back of Dallas Dack. For mine, it's a foul playthrough, and that would have brought up 5 fouls. I think they're very lucky there. And Demarudis, well and truly above the target. Allen. Russo. Napumachino. Max Demarudis finds Dack, cuts once, then has the strike, and it took a deflection. What a save from Price to turn it away. We had to readjust as he was falling. That's an excellent save. Now Dack sends it deep. Prasad. To Dack once more. Prasad on this left-hand side. Really trying to thread the needle, but intercepted now. Wall Gyron can wind up. Good save from Jorginho. And Walgiron came very close to getting his second of the match. Both teams have opted for their real offensive pod, if you will. Queensland, the two Demarudises, Borden and Dak. Of course, for Victoria, Russo, Allen, this man Walgiron, and Nepo Macheno. Now Walgiron twisting, spinning. That could have easily been a foul as well. Little grab on the back of the shirt. 40 seconds remain in this first period of extra time. Allen. Now Russo. Nepo Macheno. That's a beautiful ball. Allen to finish, or tries to squeeze it through the legs. What a save from Giorgiano. Now Demarudis. Borden. Dak tries to cut on the inside of Nepo Macheno. Walgiron again. Sharp footwork. 5 seconds of this first period of extra time. Here comes Demarudis. Can he get the ball away? Oh, there was the foul potentially, was it, from Walgiron? I'll say he got ball first. Carried through to the man, but Walgiron can't disappear. But Victoria, I'm sure they had their heart in their mouth there collectively. Looks like there's going to be a warning to someone on the bench here as well. And a yellow card distributed to the coaching staff there for Queensland. 2 seconds on the clock in this first period of extra time. So the spectre of penalties is looking ever larger. And there is the siren. So Victoria still need to be very careful. 4-2 the foul count. We've got another 5 minutes to try and get through. And the way this game is going, I would not be surprised if both teams rack up a few more fouls before we hit the penalty spot. Quick break in commentary and we pick up all the action potentially at the final 5 minutes of this men's 2026 MITRE National Futsal Championship Grand Final. What a cracking contest it's been. Well, a bit of drama here as well. There's been a continuation of discussions from the Queensland bench, having already received a yellow card just moments ago. That man on screen has now been shown a second and has been told to leave the premises. So high drama with a red card being shown to the coaching staff of Queensland. So they'll have to get by, utilising one of their assistants. Now Max Demarudis charging forward, and Price will cut things off. Oh, on target was Borden. Turned away by Price once again, who's made some big saves in this match. Russo up over halfway. Allen then linking with Walgiron. In and away. Fancy footwork once again, and they have made a change between the sticks. Once again, Gabriel Murray is back out there. Demerudis under pressure by Allen. Allen wins out. Support a rise for Demerudis though in the form of his brother Connor. Borden. Back to Connor Demerudis. Dallas Dack. And Borden once again chipping over the top. Demerudis was there waiting for it. Robotis gave him no room to move though. Russo now carrying forward. Cuts in off that left foot. All found a decent ball there for Allen. It was a pass that had to be delivered that swiftly, but yes, Allen was sprinting. There's no chance he was going to connect with it. Less than 4 to go before penalties. 4-2 the foul count. Victoria need to tread carefully. More room for error from Queensland. Now Wall-Gyron once again comes up with the ball. Great challenge from Dack. Chance for the counter-attack now for Queensland. Max Demerudis has the strike into the leg of Allen. And over the sideline it goes. From range is Borden. Dack and now Borden. Demerudis has a chance. Oh, how did he not finish it? That's 3 one-on-ones Demerudis has had now. If they go on to lose this one, Queensland, geez, there's some missed opportunities in this second half and extra time. Wall-Gyron now distributing for Allen. Intercepted here from Connor Demerudis. Connor now has the strike off the left. And again, if he had his time over, it was a 3-on-1. He'd already beaten the other man. Victoria seem to be running on fumes here. The fatigue levels are immense. Queensland have opened them up at least twice in this second period of extra time inside the first 2 minutes. Allen, as a result, is just trying to slow things down a touch. Let the Tigers get their breath back. And their claws, for that matter. Robotis, Russo, under pressure. Now Demerudis works it forward. Trying to squeeze through a couple of them. Wall-Gyron comes up with possession. And the Demerudis boys will depart now. So Romano and Smith back into the action. Borden ushering his supporting players forward. Allen, however, comes up with the intercept. Smith is quickly back there to cut things off. Does a good job here up against Allen. And the strike back towards the goal mouth. And no touch is the call. So it looks like back-to-back penalty shootouts for Victoria. Of course, they defeated New South Wales 7-5 in the semi-final on penalties after a 2-all full-time scoreline. Dack threatening the shot, rolling over with the left and then striking with the right. Now Russo simply marching up towards halfway. Wall-Gyron. Threatening once again. Smith, watchful, cautious. Wall-Gyron threatening to take off. Oh, got a shot on target. Good save from Murray. Back to Wall-Gyron. This time deflected. Now Smith has got some wheels and can get there in time or nearly found the right pass. Gets on with things quickly. Romano, Smith, back to the middle. Great recovery from both Allen and Russo. That was desperation. Romano had the right line, but too much on it, too high. Final moments, once again, Russo in no hurry with things. Less than a minute remaining. No pressure here from Queensland. If I was them, I'd be stepping up the tempo now. Victoria are out on their feet. They want it to go to penalties. They've been there. They've done that. Queensland have grown in stature as this tournament has gone on. This might be the last throw of the dice right here and now. Navarro out there once again for Queensland. 24 seconds on the clock. Smith. Navarro, Smith under pressure from Waljiren. Now Romano finding a nice delivery here for Navarro. They've got to get a shot off by the end of this possession. Romano works it forward. Was there a touch there from Victoria? No, there wasn't. So inside the final 10 seconds, and we are off to penalties. Of course it had to finish this way. Russo out to Allen. 3 seconds on the clock. Shifting it forward. Dak needs to get the shot off before that siren goes. And it wasn't too far off in the end. What a contest it's been. They can't be separated after 50 minutes. Off to the penalty spot we go. And it's the kind of finish this game deserves, the kind of finish this competition deserves to wrap up the 2026 MITA National Futsal Championships. We're going to the spot between Queensland and Victoria in the Open Men's Division. Queensland had their struggles on the first couple of days, but they corrected course across the work of Thursday and Friday, and in particular yesterday, of course. 5-2 over the Victoria Blues to book their place in this grand final for the Tigers. They know exactly what is required of them in this situation. They've arrived in this grand final via that penalty shootout. 2-2 at full time and at the end of extra time against New South Wales. 7-5 in the penalty shootout. So an embrace here between Dallas Dak and Josh Allen, the two captains. See who is going to take this first penalty. Great crowd in support here in the Gold Coast as well. Been engrossed by the ebb and flow of this match. Price has been terrific between the posts for Victoria. He's going to be a tough man to get around. It looks like for Queensland, it's going to be Gabriel Murray who will step up. So Giorgiano is not the preferred candidate when it comes to this penalty situation for the maroon and white. It will be Price who faces the first attempt, and it will come from the Queensland captain. Dallas Dak right from the edge of the D, from the penalty spot. First attempt coming up for Queensland. Dak with the strike and saved by Price. A big moment in the penalty shootout, and he has stopped plenty today. The first effort from Queensland, unsuccessful. Victoria in the box seat. And now Partimos steps up to the spot. A big test here for Murray. Partimos, no mistake, expertly done. Up into the postage stamp and a wry smile. 1-0. Victoria lead the penalty shootout. This man played a big part in that equaliser late in regular time. He was operating as a travel keeper, but now he needs this one to travel past his opposite goalkeeper in the form of Sean Price. Connor Demarudis stepping up for Queensland. Oh, Demarudis is denied as well. Price is a man possessed. 2 from 2. He's blocked them both. And Victoria edged closer towards a national title. A dire situation now for Queensland. Murray needs a stop. Cosimo Russo stepping up now. The pressure of a state on the shoulders of Murray. Can he claw Queensland back into the contest here? Russo stepping up and again finds the top corner. They've been precise. 2-0, they're just about there. This one has to go in now. From Romano. They have to try and take control of this situation. Romano lines it up and again Price makes a save. He's simply too good. Well, they'll have to start calling him the Great Wall of China because this man is impenetrable at the moment. Queensland, none from 3, and all of them stopped by Price. They were on target. And now Murray knows the equation. This to stay alive. Well, Gyron has the finish and Victoria have the national title. There it is. 3 of the best from the spot, but put it down to that man in gold. Sean Price, the golden figure of the keeper, will deliver gold for Victoria. And they have earned it. They were the best team through the group stage. They fought in the semi-final from the spot. And once again, they come up trumps from the edge of the D. Sean Price says the price is right. The Victoria Tigers well and truly have the claws out, have the fangs out, and they have the national title. A tremendous performance. Queensland were gallant, but ultimately falling short. We hope you've enjoyed all the coverage here today. It's been an absolute pleasure bringing it to you. My name is James Preston. All the pictures coming your way, courtesy of Double Take Sports. And to the Gold Coast, thank you so much for hosting another wonderful tournament. To MIDA, thank you for your support. Getting behind the National Futsal Championships. That's a wrap for 2026. Have yourself a wonderful weekend and congratulations to all teams.